Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another morning episode of Brothers Radio. It's cold as fuck outside. Canada felt like minus 12. I think the thermometer said minus 12.
Dark. It's fucking dark as shit.
Dark as hell.
Still no throwing up.
Goddamn.
Got my pager still blowing up. Gotta say it was a good day.
That's right. Got daylight saving time, so that's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it being brighter in the morning. I kind of like the day being like I end up starting my day when it's dark anyway.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that extra hour at night.
I agree.
Cuz it's pitch. The sun is down by 5 o'clock.
Yeah. It's fucking dark quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, it's just, there's no daylight anyway. See, the problem is where we live here in Canada, we're just far enough north. We're in Canada that it's a problem having to deal with the lack of sunlight in the winter. But we're not so far north that we don't give a fuck. Because once you live up in, like, high level or get into the Northwest Territories, it's like you don't see sun, so it doesn't matter where you put that extra hour. Exactly. You have 45 minutes of sunlight a day. Like, who fucking cares?
So if you're at the very north border of Alberta on December 24th, do you get any sunlight?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You must get a couple hours.
What day is the solstice? 21st. 21st is the solstice. I'm pretty sure I think it's the Arctic Circle that designates that division, right? So the Arctic Circle, I'm pretty sure, is on the solstice. Anything above that circle will receive no sunlight that day.
Right.
And conversely, in the summertime, they receive nothing but sunlight all day.
Right.
So anything below there will get some. And where is the Arctic Circle in Canada? I know it's still further north than Yellowknife even.
Yeah,
but
it definitely is.
Like Tuktoyaktuk and Inuvik, they're fully within the Arctic Circle. I know that.
Right.
Iqaluit probably as well. Anyway.
Yeah, it just seems like, or I've seen pictures of guys up north. And they take pictures of the sun on those days, and it's like just this little blip on the horizon.
Yeah, it just kind of comes up. It
comes up.
Rises and sets within the span of like 15 minutes, sort of shit.
It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen someone posted a video. This lady is a Norwegian from the islands of Svalbard.
Okay.
Which it's an archipelago of islands, like way in like the Arctic Ocean, like way up north.
Okay.
And They don't really do much there, but for some reason she lives there.
Right.
And I think they probably fish or some shit. And she posts something like, "Oh, today marks the day that we will no longer be receiving sunlight for the next like 3 months." And she sounds so happy. It's like, I don't know. I have a feeling you're going to hate yourself for making this video 3 months from now.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's like 3 months without sunlight.
And it's just the only time it gets light is just like you just get the remnants of light.
Yeah, you might exactly.
Over the curve of the
You'll
earth.
get like a bit of a twilight.
Yeah.
Like the sky it won't be so inky black. It'll be just kind of glowing a little bit.
Yeah. Wow.
That would just suck.
It's a whole different life up there in the north, the Great White North.
Great White North. I'd like to experience like living in a place like that just for one season.
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like. To either live in like northern Norway for a winter or live there for a summer.
Yeah.
So I think living there for a summer would be even more interesting.
All right, let's just do a whole fucking year there, Gump.
All right, let's live. All right.
What are we doing here?
Well, I don't know. I don't have money to live in Norway.
Don't have money to live here?
So sure I do.
Fuck it. Let's go to Norway.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be very interesting because especially in the summertime, if like the sun never goes down.
Yeah.
It's just constantly daylight. So like, what do you do then? And if you don't have a watch, like it's really, for me, I often get my bearings just based off where the sun is in the sky.
Yeah.
Right. If the sun never really goes down, I'm going to be so fucked up, not just in time, but in direction.
Yeah, but you always know where south is.
Well, yeah, roughly, but that's because of where the sun is. I always know where south is because the sun's there.
Right.
If I don't have a watch on me, say I misplaced my pocket watch, and I like wake up, brush my teeth, put a little makeup, and I walk out the door and I don't know what time it is, but I see the sun over in a direction, kind of hanging over. It's like, well, that could be anything. That could be east or west.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
So you just gotta have to hopefully get your bearings based off of whatever village you're living in.
The only gay Eskimo in your tribe.
Yeah. Well, I know for sure that Bjorn's house is in the north end of town, and so that's Bjorn's house over there. So that must be north.
Yeah, exactly.
And Olga is down there in the south. And
I'm somewhere in between.
yeah, Heinrichsen is down in the east.
So I see you put a poll up on the Instagram, Brothers Radio Instagram.
I did.
Got a couple questions. Not the most intelligent.
No, I wouldn't say that for sure.
So we got from a longtime listener, Brody Perry. Opinion on blatant racism.
As much as I'd like to cater to whatever Brody's trying to go for there, I must disavow all types of racism. But that being said, I think blatant racism is the best one because it's less cloak and daggery. When a guy's just straight up calling you the N-word, it's like, wow, you know where you are with him.
What's that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're in the office and like you just keep getting subtle undertones that this white lady doesn't like you because you're black, that's way worse. Because you can't bring it out in the open or anything. But if some retard just calls you the N-word out on the street, that's easy. You know what to do now. Beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, you know exactly where you stand with the man.
The course of action is very obvious.
Exactly.
So blatant racism, it's certainly easier.
Yeah. But you ever... The term casual racism implies the existence of ranked competitive racism.
That's true. Where do I sign up?
Yeah. So my opinion on it, Brody, is I'm against it because it's mean. It can hurt people. But at the same time, you know exactly where you stand with the person.
Yeah.
That guy's being blatantly racist.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. You know all about him.
Yeah. What more do you need to know?
And he might even have the potential to be a very honest person.
It's honesty. At least he's not a hypocrite.
That's right. That's right.
That's the worst part.
He's an honest person. He might hate black people, but he's honest about
But
it.
by God, he's not going to pretend
And
like he's your friend.
That's right. And I think with being honest like that, he does have the potential of being a good person. Don't be a liar.
He's got the potential. Maybe he's just askew.
That's
Maybe
right.
he's never hung out with a black guy before.
That's right. He's just a little white boy from around that
Wichita, Kansas.
Just a little farm boy in between Linden and Three Hills. Dad drinks. Parents divorced when he's young. Oh, wait, this is Brody.
Oh, he had an Xbox, didn't he?
Oh, he had everything. His parents bought him everything.
Cool.
All right, next question. Got a question from Steadfast Concrete.
Oh, yeah,
Cameron.
Cam Clausen. Oh, Cam listens to this shit?
Apparently.
Oh, my God. Cam, what are you doing? Typical preacher's son, or however that goes, eh?
Yeah.
Typical operation.
So he's wondering, get Tom Lavin on the pod. Jesus. Pad.
You're thinking of concrete pads?
Yes.
I had concrete on my mind.
Get Thomas on here? Well, I would, Cameron. But Tom specifically said that he would pay us to not listen to the show, so I took that very seriously. So he can politely but firmly go fuck himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're listening, Thomas.
Love you,
Love
smooches.
Love you long time.
Love you long time, but you said you weren't interested, so.
Yeah. That's what you get for being a meanie.
Yeah. Meanie bo beanie, go fuck yourself. And then the best question of all, I remember reading this because it was the first one on the list, and I was like, my brain melted a bit.
Question from longtime listener and also guest on the show, Brandon Mullen. Why does the what the how yes? Gump, any responses?
Well, to answer Mr. Mullen's question.
That is what I said.
Well, can you repeat that, please?
Why does the what the how yes?
Well, you see, Mr. Mullen, when a baby is born, it's because a mummy and a daddy love each other very much, and I think that might help you answer your question just a little bit.
Let me reread that question. Why does the what the how yes?
Well, first of all, no.
Well, we have to break down the word yes. It means yes.
Well, yes means yes. It's one of those words where like there's really no hidden meaning. It just is.
It is. That's the answer right there. It just simply is.
Be.
To be.
What is better, being or becoming?
I think it's more fun to be becoming.
Well, I be coming every Saturday night.
God. Was that a bit? Did you set me up?
I just thought of that right now. Okay. See, I'm much more sharp in the morning.
Sure, get a half cup of coffee. I'm just feeling
like a clown.
Feeling volatile, feeling dangerous. Well, thanks for your questions, boys. Yeah. Cameron, you should reach out. How you been?
Yeah, been a while, bud. Haven't seen you.
He's down in he's in BC somewhere teaching.
Isn't he in Abbotsford or some shit?
Abbotsford, that's where he's at.
Yeah. So what do you think of these these new Broncos, these new Ford Broncos that they've been making for the last year? What do you think about them, man?
Well, the problem is I've only seen base model ones out in the real world. Like I've seen pictures of some pretty cool ones, but I've only seen base model ones and I fucking hate them. So I'd like to see a fancy one, maybe sit in it, maybe it would grow on me, but as of right now, I'm not a fan of them.
Yeah.
I wish they paid homage a little more to the old style Broncos where the old style Broncos looked a lot like the pickups.
Yeah, it was essentially the same. Well, yeah, it was the same front end.
Same front end. And I wish they paid a little more homage to the pickup because they always piggybacked off that idea.
Yeah. Well, I guess like the first. See, I don't know, like the first Broncos that came out in the 60s were it was its own body style.
Yeah.
But then I think in the 70s, that's when they started.
See, and those first Broncos.
You don't really like those ones?
I don't really like them.
Oh, I think they're kind of neat. I mean, they're old, so
they're
maybe
cool,
that's why
and they got
neat.
their history. Like they have their place, but something about when you get into the 70s and the 80s and they look like the pickups, especially the 90s. The
fucking the OJ mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that look.
They just something about those pickup front ends. They just look better.
Yeah. So, I like the Bronco. I was actually I think they're kind of neat. They do have their issues that I don't like, and like you said, the base model ones all look stupid. They look. You might as well just get a fucking Jeep Grand Cherokee or something if that's what you want, which is basically a glorified SUV thing. Just get like just get an Escape, get a Ford Escape. Like fuck.
Or just get a pickup like a man.
Or get an F-150. That's the best-selling pickup in North America
of all time.
But I was on the Ford website. You can like the build or what's that called? Build your truck or whatever the fuck. You can go on there and you can mix and match like different packages and stuff for these things. Yep. So I go on there and they actually sell one that is it comes with 17-inch rims with 35-inch tires from the factory.
Oh, cool.
So like that, and that one looked fucking meaty, right? That's how they should look, like tiny little rims with just a like monster truck tire on it.
Yeah.
That's how they should be.
Did it come with a little, like a bit of a lift?
I think so.
Like a 4-inch lift?
Yeah, I think it had it definitely, somehow, because otherwise I don't know if it would clear.
I don't know if it would fit or not.
So I think it was, different suspension on it for sure. And it looked really good. There's the But there's two kind of models of it though. You have just the Bronco, and then there's this Bronco Sport, which is basically that's the city version, and I hate it.
Has little car tires on it.
Yeah, tiny little car tires, and like it has this weird slope, like it slopes at the back. Like
right.
the whole point of the Bronco is it's this big dumb square thing.
Yeah,
that's the point. But then at the back it has this like slopey window, and it's like, why? Just make it square. Like everything else is square. Why? Why does it look like a Pontiac Aztec?
Yeah, exactly. No, give me a couple years, they might grow on me. There might be enough cool ones out there that makes up for the shitty sports. But as of right now, not a huge fan.
No. But like, what do you think of? Like, what do you think about what they're putting in them for engines?
What are they doing?
Well, so you can get either.
Do they have a V8?
No. Damn it. That's the thing, is that it doesn't come with V8. So
pissed.
So you're already like, oh, this sucks. But it does come. So from factory, it has a 300 horsepower turbocharged 2.3 liter, like a little four banger.
Yeah.
With the pumps out 300 horsepower. That's pretty wicked.
Yeah.
I know it's just a shitty four banger, or you can get a 330 horsepower 2.7 liter V6.
2.7, that's a little guy.
It's just a tiny little guy, but
damn.
It's like, why don't? Well, I know I understand there's all kinds of environmental constraints, I'm sure, but I don't know who they're trying to sell these things to. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's trying to sell them to soccer moms whose husbands made a lot of money in construction.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're like, oh, I want something sporty and cool and off-roady, but I also just going to use its entire life to go get groceries and pick the kids up.
Yeah, just tear around Calgary. And
that's why I want
to leave the city.
Never leave the city, so that's why I want a 2.3 liter four-cylinder engine. Like,
yeah. To me, it just sounds like an Escape with a square body on it. That's probably all it is.
Pretty much. And at least the factory, or the base model ones, are definitely like that, because I'm sure the suspension is no more beefy than that in Escapes.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Because I really like the name Bronco. I mean, I loved the Broncos in the past. They're sweet rides.
They are wicked rides. Yeah.
OJ did his best work in it.
He was the greatest ad campaign for the Ford Bronco that has ever existed.
That's true. Like, people that weren't even alive during the time know about it.
Us. Yeah. Everyone's seen that video, him just like going down the freeway doing like 30 miles an hour.
Just the picture. He's going down the freeway with about
1,500 cops behind him.
Yeah, exactly. 25 cars just following him down the highway.
3 helicopters and that freeway is just clear. There's no one around. It's just him.
Where was that? California?
It was in LA, I think. Well, I don't know.
You'd never be able to pull that shit now.
No. I don't know how he managed to pull it then, because I thought the traffic was just always shit in LA.
Yeah, I was under that impression, but
maybe it wasn't LA. Maybe it was like Palm Springs or some shit. Who knows?
To me, I thought it was LA, but
that's a legendary video. Him just rolling down the freeway. Like, what do you think he's thinking? He's doing probably 40 miles an hour under the speed limit. He's just tootling along. The entire police department of that city is following him.
San Fran.
It was San Fran, okay. The entire police department of San Francisco is following him. What do you think he's thinking? Just killed his wife and his wife's lover. Allegedly. But actually. What do you think he's thinking? He's like, boy, I should play it cool. I should really play it cool. I'll drive 25 miles an hour down the freeway, when you're supposed to do like 80.
Evening, officer. The juice is loose.
Mr. Juice, he's on the loose.
When was that, 92?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, early 90s.
Wow. I love that one special Dave Chappelle put out, the 4 times he meets O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like how... See, I only ever heard the 3 stories because he's like, all right, good night. He walks off stage, realizes he forgot to tell the 4th story.
No, I think that's for sure part of his act.
Right, but it was after the credits on the special, so then I always like, oh, okay, that's all of it, and I never heard the one, so I rewatched it and heard the 4th story.
Because he really he finishes off that special so well that you don't even realize that he missed the fourth time. I caught it when I watched it for the first time. I caught it. I was like, "Hey, you didn't say the fourth one." And then all of a sudden, the credits have rolled, and then he comes back. Hold on. I forgot to tell you the fourth time I met O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a very good job that special.
I think, what was that one? That was called...
That Sticks and Stones?
No, Sticks and Stones is the one where he's wearing that green jumpsuit. Talking about, wouldn't it be funny if inside this body there's a Chinese man living inside? That's Sticks and Stones. What was that one called? Like the Equanimity and the Bird Revelation?
Yeah.
Or was it some different one? I don't know. That was the first one that he did when he came back, when he signed that deal with Netflix.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think it's his best one. That first one that he did.
That first special when he came back after 12 years or whatever it was?
12 years of not coming out with anything.
Yeah.
He's just doing comedy on the road. But I think that was his best one. And if you compare that one to the special that just came out like a few weeks ago,
yeah,
the one that there's all this controversy about, like I enjoyed it. I did. I thought it was pretty funny at times. But you can also tell that he's wading into the political pool.
Yeah.
And there's a certain like hesitance that I just have about it.
Yeah.
Like obviously everything he has it has to deal with racial undertones and racial politics and whatever, because he's black. Of course that's going to be part of it's part of being a black guy.
Yeah.
Just dealing with shit, right? So you can expect a certain degree of political commentary out of a comedian. But I felt that his latest one, it was almost entirely political commentary with a few jokes sprinkled in.
Yeah.
Whereas in the first one, it was just jokes with like some themes, political themes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess that's what happens when you try and do stuff and then the media just constantly shits on you. Yeah. So like, do you have any choice other than having an entire special that's just rallying against fucking people trying to shut you down?
Yeah. No, I understand why he did it. It sucks, but I definitely understand why he did it.
Mm.
Oh well.
Yeah. Hey, here's something funny. Yesterday, I got an Instagram ad for
coffee.
Oh, sure, I'll have another cup. I got an Instagram ad, and these ads they're very strange. Like I think we talked about with Josh how often it's like sex toys and that kind of shit, right?
Right, like
the dick sucking egg that you put on your dick and you fucking give it a whack. And
I seen one of the top comments on that was, I prefer my egg scrambled, not fucked.
When I said I wanted my eggs scrambled, I didn't mean using your dick.
Yeah, quit fucking my eggs.
Next time I go to Denny's, that's how I'm going to order. My eggs fucked, please. No, it was for something called, it was like, get your PREP today. PR, lowercase r, uppercase EP. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I click on it, I'm like, I'm scrolling through, and it's just a bunch of pictures of gay dudes, and then it's like an ad about medication.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I think I know what this is. So then I quick Google what PREP is. There's a business on Instagram that is literally selling pre-AIDS medication.
Pre-AIDS?
Yeah. Pre-AIDS medication. So like
vitamin C?
No, like there's medication that'll it'll prevent AIDS from taking hold in your body.
If you catch it.
Well, there's HIV.
Right.
The virus.
Yeah.
It causes AIDS.
Oh, okay.
So if you get the virus, you can prevent AIDS from occurring if you take certain drugs. There's prevention methods.
Right.
You got to stay on the medication, right? So I get a fucking ad on Instagram for AIDS medication. So like, I got that going for me.
Pre-AIDS. So
pre-AIDS, pre-AIDS preventative pharmaceuticals or something like that. That's what PrEP stands for.
Okay,
something along those lines.
So this pharmaceutical you're supposed to take it if you had HIV.
If you've tested positive for HIV, then you're supposed to take this whatever. And they're like, imagine if PrEP was fast and easy to get. What if you could just have it delivered to your door? Well, that's great and all, but I don't have AIDS. I don't have HIV.
I was under the impression that it was like a vitamin or something you took.
No.
So you didn't get HIV at all.
Well, the best vitamin to take to not get HIV is, of course, not to suck cock.
Suck dirty cock. You can suck cock all you want. Don't be out there sucking dirty dick.
Well, even if you suck clean dick, you can still get AIDS. Just don't suck it to completion. That's probably the... Hey, Cam, how you doing? Thanks for listening, bud. Yeah.
The discourse on this show is unreal.
Oh. AIDS medication. You ever watch that movie... what the hell is that movie called? Dallas Buyers Club.
See, I was going to... No, I haven't. I was going to say Dallas Buyers Club, but I was like, I don't want to ruin Gump's bit.
No, I don't have any. There was no bit.
Didn't Matthew McConaughey lose like 60 pounds for that role?
Yeah, he was looking gaunt in that film.
I listened to him talk about that movie, and he said he was so... Like, he ate very little.
Yeah. Basically emaciated himself.
Slimmed right down. He said tried working out, and it just pounded out his joints. He just had no fat on him. Like, it was just so hard on him. But he said the one thing he really noticed about that is his mental clarity. Like, his body was fading away, but his mind was so sharp.
That's interesting, because it's like the only part of his... the only part of his body that was receiving any nourishment was probably his brain.
Probably.
I'm sure like his metabolism was like, divert all the pipes to the only thing that really matters right now.
Yeah. And it just, he said he had unbelievable clarity. Like, even after, once he bulked up and started eating better, he said he missed that. Like,
yeah. Did you listen to his book?
No.
Green Book?
What is it, autobiography?
Or no, what's it called? Green Lights. Yeah, it's like an autobiography, sort of just him telling a story, just different stories, just sort of all around the concept of like, he got to where he is because he was able to like, there's red lights in your life, there's green lights in your life. That's kind of the theme.
Yeah.
You got to know when to go with the green lights. And, but the opening to that, because he voiced his own audiobook for it, so people could listen to it, right?
I bet that would be...
All right.
Something about that guy, you just want to listen.
He's got a good voice. It's that slight Texas accent or Oklahoma or whatever.
But very, very clear, very...
He's got a good speaking voice.
Yeah, very important sounding.
Yeah. But it's very funny. In the first, 5 minutes of that, he, just sort of is summing everything up, things that, certain events in his life. And at one point, he's just like, and at 13, I learned how to jump my bicycle. 18 years old, I was raped in the back of a Chevy Suburban, and then just goes right by that, and then goes to the next thing. 21, I got my first job in LA or something like that. It doesn't elaborate.
Wait, back up, Matthew.
Back the fuck up. You got raped in the back of a Chevy Suburban? That's something like that. He was sort of coerced into sex with a woman when he was 18 years old or something like that.
Right.
And he was sexually assaulted in the back of a Suburban. Says that, moves on, and you're like, what the fuck? Is that real? Did I just hear that?
Elaborate.
I think he does eventually, but.
And this was an audiobook you listened to?
I didn't. I listened to a little bit of it, first 15 minutes or so.
And it's called
Green Lights.
Green Lights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen.
Yeah, this came out over a year ago, I think.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I think he lives in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, he ran for governor of Texas. I don't think he won, but no, he didn't win. Obviously,
I'm kind of glad he didn't because.
Well, then it would just be another notch on the pole of celebrities winning political seats.
Yeah, too much like Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold and Trump for that fucking matter. He was a celebrity and then became the president.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Yep.
God bless Reagan, but he did some shady shit. He allowed the CIA to do some horrendous fucking things.
Yeah. I recently listened to a podcast with Scott Eastwood.
Scott Eastwood, eh? He was in. He's doing movies just like his dad now, right?
Yeah,
He was in that one about I don't know, it was some horse movie, right? Recently.
Oh, probably. Like he's been in movies since he was early 20s. He's
okay.
about 36 or 7 now.
Okay.
But he was in Flags of Our Fathers back in 2006.
Oh, okay.
Which his
dad
directed that movie. No, Scott got talking about this story of just sitting around the dinner table and his dad's talking about, or everybody at the table just talking about stuff, and all of a sudden Clint will pipe up and it's like, he'll be like, yeah, that reminds me of that time I had dinner with Frank Sinatra. And everybody stops like, you had dinner with Frank Sinatra? Like, imagine the shit that guy has seen over his 90. I think he's born in 1930. So over the 91 years on this planet, he's just been seeing some of the wildest shit.
Oh yeah, and the
invited to the coolest parties.
Well, what's really interesting is he didn't really get big and popular until those spaghetti westerns came out in the 60s.
Yeah.
So those first, like through the 50s and early 60s, you know, he was kind of a nobody.
Yeah.
And then he got hired to do, what was the first one? Fistful of Dollars, I think.
Was that the first one?
That was the first Sergio Leone spaghetti western. So he got hired to do that one. And then, Fistful of Dollars, for a few dollars more. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yep.
Those are sort of the main ones that he was in. And those are all in the late 60s, which at that time, westerns were kind of fading out of popular. They weren't as big as they were.
Right.
But they, for some reason, those movies really took off just because they were kind of an interpretation of Western movies.
Right. They seemed a lot.
They boiled Western movies down to their essence, right?
Right. But they were awfully realistic too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really broke down the characters. Like I'm just thinking of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
You really got the perspective of all three of them.
Yeah.
It's
I like that
very
one.
good movie. We even have it on DVD. We're gonna have to watch it one day.
Oh shit. Might just have to.
We might just have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, super good film. One of those all-time classics.
Yeah, I like what's that other one? It's another Leone. Why is it escaping me? I wrote a paper on this one. Hold on.
Oh shoot.
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Okay.
I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. It's really good. It's about this like train bear. It's basically like it's the plot of Blazing Saddles,
right?
But not retarded. Basically, this train baron wants to buy this lady's property, and so she like kills her family and stuff like that.
Right.
Very, very gritty.
But yeah, Clint Eastwood is a super diverse actor. Like,
oh yeah, he's done.
I love him in Escape. What is it? Escape to Alcatraz? No,
mm-hmm.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah.
And then he's in Kelly's Heroes, which is
I love that movie.
I love that movie. And you mentioned Donald Sutherland.
He's wicked in that one.
Just this crazy tank operator.
Well, he's a hippie before hippies were a thing, right?
Yeah.
He's basically a hippie in 1945.
Because when we first see him in the movie, isn't he kind of in this little hippie, bunch of just this group of hippies, and they're all like, they got clothes stringed off the barrel of the tank gun, and they're all smoking.
Yeah, this fucking tanker, they're zoinked out of their brains. They're playing Mozart.
Yeah.
They got a record player set up on the fucking tank so they can play their records. Just going with you're harsh and my mellow, man. And Clint Eastwood was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Gotta go kill some fucking Germans. Fucking Kraut Bosch bastards." Yeah. Oh, I watched a really good World War II movie. It's a Belarusian film.
Okay.
Made.
Is that the director?
No, it's a country.
What is it?
Belarus.
Oh, no, I had no idea.
Yeah. It came out at the time. It was still part of the Soviet Union.
Oh, okay.
It's a Belarusian film. It's called Come and See.
Right.
And there's there's quite a few images out of it that have gained some popularity. It's about this kid who goes and fights with the partisans in Belarus under the German occupation.
Right.
And it's fucking horrific. It's just a horrific movie. It's really creepy too because they always do this front-facing shot of the actors, like the actors just talking right to you.
Right.
It's so unnerving.
So it's super realistic, and they break the fourth wall.
And they're not really breaking the fourth wall technically. They're just looking directly in the camera.
Right.
So often, like they're actually talking to another character, but the way they're shooting it, it looks like they're talking to you.
Right.
So it's a very well done movie. It's all in Russian or Belarusian or whatever, so you can't understand a fucking word, but it's really good. This kid joins the partisans, and by the end he looks like he's 85 years old because he hasn't slept in like 3 weeks.
Right.
Been fighting Nazis and getting bombed and nearly got burned alive in a barn.
Oh,
that was cool.
Shit. High on meth.
No, he wasn't high on meth. They didn't have meth. I think the Red Army had meth.
Probably not.
No. Barely had cigarettes.
Barely had
These
potato.
motherfuckers are smoking cardboard. Smoking each other's poles to stay warm.
Setting each other on fire to stay warm.
Yeah.
Wild.
Oh, I'd like to give a little shout out to old Russell Malacca.
Oh, yeah.
Because he comes by here on the old Saturday. We had a couple people over to watch the fight. The Usman-Covington fight. And Russell blows in the door. He has a case of Bud Light for us. He says, "Oh, you guys don't drink Bud Light?" I watched the show.
Yeah.
He gave us a whole case of Bud Light.
Yeah, brought a whole 12-pack. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, bud. See, we don't got a Patreon or anything like that, but we will accept beer.
That's right. That's right. We're not looking for money, but you swing by, we'll drink Bud Light. Bring a 12-pack.
Yeah.
It'll go a long way.
Goes a long way.
Goes a long way to support the show.
That's at least 2 episodes worth right there.
That's what I'm saying. Unless Josh is here, it's half an episode. Then.
Yeah. Yeah, then the liquor does flow.
Yeah. It's a bad day to be a Bud Light.
No doubt. Hey, what's your opinion on Schmeat? Like lab grown meat. Have you heard about this stuff?
Yeah, I have. It's a little unnerving.
It's a bit creepy, isn't it?
When I think of just classic old beef, you know what the ingredient is?
Cow.
Yeah, cow. What's the ingredient in lab-grown beef?
Cow cells.
I don't like it.
It's just, it doesn't come from a cow. And I don't know if it really tastes any. I don't think it tastes as good. Obviously, you'd never be able to make a steak.
See, what makes me nervous about lab-grown beef is do you think you get a better quality, well, you probably get a better quality cut from a real-life cow.
Mm-hmm.
And you get all the benefits of like natural selection and all the good things you get from nature. You get a better cut of beef that way. If you try growing it in a lab, you don't get the diversity you get from like an actual slice of cow.
Well, and you can make hamburger out of it. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's essentially all they've gotten to is you can make a burger patty out of this Schmeat.
Yeah.
Or like chicken nuggets, because that's basically cardboard. That's cardboard with a bit of chicken flavor on it.
Yeah.
So you can make that. You'd never be able to make a pork chop. You'd never be able to make a chicken breast.
Yeah.
Or a steak, or rump roast.
See the beef in my freezer. I know where that shit comes from.
You probably saw the cow that fucking got turned into that. Probably drove by it the one day.
Yeah, like it was kicked out to grass for quite a few months and then fattened up in the feedlot, and one day it was just whacked. Had one bad day.
It was a quick death. Probably bolt.
Yeah.
One of them bolt guns.
Something.
Yeah. It's a good tasting cow. I don't think... See, as far as taste goes, you'll never be able to top what nature makes.
Oh, yeah.
As far as like feed to meat ratio, I'm sure it'll be like way better, right? Because how much feed does a guy have to feed a cow to get 1 pound of meat? Like it's like 20 to 1. Like it's a really inefficient ratio.
Yeah.
Chicken's pretty good. Like I think it's 2 to 1. Like 2 pounds of feed will make 1 pound of meat.
Right.
Pig is like, I don't know, 10 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah, it's fairly inefficient in the grand, because I mean the animal has to stay alive, so it's always using energy just to not
live.
only to grow but to stay alive and stay warm. And yeah,
so as far as efficiency goes,
we need a farmer on here to.
So God made a farmer.
We need a cow farmer so we can get the feed ratios.
Yeah, I remember. I think I was talking with Roscoe the one day, and he was telling me some of the. I think he knew him off the top of his head, but. So I think the ratio, if you were to have like let's say lab grown hamburger,
right?
You could probably, once they figure out their method, they're saying that they can make lab grown hamburger for like less than $5 a pound,
right?
Which, how does a farmer compete with that?
Exactly. And how the fuck? Like, are they multiplying cow cells to create beef?
Basically.
So how the fuck do you do that?
It's, well, I'm not a scientist.
Like, obviously you need to be putting energy into the cells to multiply the cells, because
they call it
energy.
They put a bunch of cells in a bioreactor.
Okay.
So it's like a warm vat. And they can somehow stimulate tissue growth by using like I don't know if it's stem cells or even just any cow cells.
Okay.
So you do need you probably would need a fresh supply of like cow blood or something.
Right.
And then you can stimulate it into growth using, I don't know, some sort of process. I don't understand it, but there's a way to do it.
No,
Some of these motherfuckers are working on it anyway.
I'm sure it's a little more sustainable than actually raising cows, but I don't understand it.
No, I'll never like it either, because then that'll eat into one of the largest industries that this province has, the beef industry.
Well, it puts food on my table.
Yep, puts food on my table. It provides endless jobs for people.
Huge amount of my friends not only raise cows, but I got friends that move cows around, like truck drivers,
guys that work at the feedlots.
Yeah,
people who depend on beef to like just eat. I mean, we're kind of stupid that way as North Americans. We eat a lot of beef. We eat like way more than it's actually needed.
Yeah,
we love our beef.
Sure do.
But without it, I mean, the American diet, well.
And lab-made beef. I don't like it.
Nope. I would try it, though.
I would. Oh, yeah.
I'd try it.
I'd try a burger. See if
but they say it's
good.
like $50 for, like, if you were to make one of those, it'd be about $50 to have one burger patty.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Well, Gump, I got to eat breakfast before I take off to work.
Well, fuck. We're not even at an hour yet.
Well, I know, but I got to eat breakfast, man. Plus, I'm going to crap my pants.
Well, hold on here. I got a today in history. Gotta inform the people what was going on in today's history. And we're back.
Today in history.
Coffee does mean things to your colon, eh?
Oh, it just hit me like a freight train.
Oh, boy. So today in history, November 10th. In 1493, Christopher Columbus discovers Antigua during his second expedition to the Americas.
Oh. Where's Antigua?
I don't know, somewhere in the Caribbean, some island. In 1647, all Dutch-held areas of New York are turned over to the English by the Treaty of Westminster. So, of course, that was all called New Holland at the time.
Right.
And that is now...
That's very original. New Holland.
Yeah. It's like, where are we from? Holland? What are we going to call this place? New Holland. It's almost as good as the English colonists coming to Massachusetts. They left Plymouth. And they land in Massachusetts. Like, where are we going to call this place? Plymouth.
Genius.
Genius. Boy, that doesn't get confusing at all. Where are you going to? Plymouth. Which one? Where to? From or which direction are we heading here?
To or from? Oh, it doesn't matter. Plymouth.
It's Plymouth. In 1775, on this day, the U.S. Marine Corps was founded.
1775?
Yeah.
Oh.
In 1911, the Imperial Government of China retakes the city of Nanking in their civil war against the, I believe that in 1911, that was the Republic was formed and was trying to take the country over and abolish the empire, which had been going on for some time. In 1969, the PBS children's program Sesame Street debuts on this day.
Wow.
Fucking Big Bird and all that shit.
1969?
Yeah.
Shit, that was a long time ago.
Fucking Bert and Ernie and shit.
52 years? If my math is correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 52 years ago. Damn.
Amazing.
Is that right? Hold on.
Yep.
Right.
70, 80, 90, 1,000.
Damn.
52.
You can count like that because of the count. Thank you, Sesame Street.
Yep. 52 years.
Hmm.
I count like an idiot.
I count on my fingers all the fucking time. I mean, I was never that good at math. I could do it. I just never liked it.
Yeah.
In 1971, 2 women were tarred and feathered in Belfast for dating British soldiers.
Oh, shit.
While in Londonderry, Northern Ireland, a Catholic girl is also tarred and feathered for her intention of marrying a British soldier. I didn't realize they were tarring and feathering these bitches for dating the fucking Brits, but that's fucking crazy. Irish people, they don't fuck around.
So is that Irish-British hatred still a thing
Oh, in North Ireland, I'm sure, yeah. I think there's a lot of tension in North Ireland. I think the rest of Ireland is rather calm.
Chilled out.
They're chilled out a little bit. There's no longer the troubles, but Ireland is still not united. And so there's still tension. There's underlying tension.
Right. So what caused that hatred between?
Well, it's a religious thing and a cultural difference, right? So Northern Ireland, well, all of Ireland was invaded in like the 1300s by Richard II, I believe. He took over that island, and in Northern Ireland particularly, this is sort of the first British colony.
Right.
So Protestants from England and Scotland settled in North Ireland. This is just after like the Reformations and stuff.
Right.
When the Church of England was founded in like 15 whatever the fuck. So that part of Ireland became a sort of a colony of British Protestants.
Right.
And so that's sort of the beginning of the cultural tension, because they're not really Irish. They're mostly English and Scottish people who moved there.
Right.
And so as time went on, obviously all of Ireland was controlled up until like 1920 something. But when Ireland got its freedom, North Ireland remained under British control. And the rest of Ireland saw that as a huge problem, because Ireland it's an island. It's like almost a circle.
Yeah.
And there's a chunk missing out of it. First of all, that looks fucked on a map. But second of all, the people there's lots of Catholic Irish people in that part of Ireland.
In the north part or the southern part?
In north.
North.
Well, in
Okay.
both, but
Yeah.
in the north as well. And of course, the Protestant population didn't want to join the rest of Ireland, because they figured if they did, then their religious freedom would be threatened.
Right.
So they want to remain within the British Empire. And then thus begun the Troubles. So then there was just basically sectarian violence against each other. The Catholics are fighting the Protestants, and
Right.
all kinds of different militias, and then of course like the North Irish Army, or what's it called again? The NRA.
NRA.
Yeah. North Republican Army.
Is it?
No, NRA.
IRA.
National Rifles. IRA. Fuck's sakes. I get all my... I suck at acronyms.
IRA?
Yeah, the IRA. The Irish Republican Army, sorry. Sean's just seething right now.
Yeah, probably.
Seethe harder, faggot. And so sorts of militias were formed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sort of the case where even today, like, you don't want to get caught on the wrong side of the fence if you're the wrong religion.
Right.
Finally, on this day, 1975, the iron ore freighter, the Edmund Fitzgerald, breaks in half and sinks at the eastern end of Lake Superior. All 29 crew members perish.
So, what did that ship do? It just moved iron ore
Yeah, it's an iron ore freighter.
from one side of the lake to the other.
26,000 tons more of iron ore, however that goes.
Is it a song?
Yes, and it's one of your favorite songs.
What song?
Edmund Fitzgerald. You know, the one about the ship that sunk
No,
by Gordon Lightfoot?
No, that's a Bismarck you're thinking of. That's a good tune.
You jackass. It's the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
It's not coming to me. I'll listen to it this morning, but it's not one of my favorites, Gump.
Legend lives on from the Chippewa
Oh,
down
fuck.
on
I
the big
do know
lake
that
they
song.
call Gitchagumi. You know that song.
Yes, I do.
It's one of your favorites, you fucking moron.
That's got a good one. I never really dove into the lyrics that far, Gump.
But what do you mean? He's got a clear voice. He's literally telling a story. You didn't hear a single word the man said? It's a 6-minute song, and it's all that. Just him telling the story of 29...
Well, I'm sure that the lyrics made some impression, but I didn't know it had any direct connection to a moment in history. I never tied that together. I never looked into it, Gump. All right, they're just lyrics to me.
I'm disappointed,
There's
brother.
a bajillion songs on this fucking planet. Forgive me for not diving into one.
No, but Aub, you've heard that song like a million times.
Yeah, but I've listened to a lot of songs.
Yeah, but you know the lyrics to a lot of songs, but not that one?
Yeah, well, forgive me.
Well, all is forgiven, but still disappointed. Well, anyway, that's what we had for today in history. To leave it on the most depressing note.
Well, it's not that depressing.
Don't even know Wreck the Edmund Fitzgerald, man.
Well, I will now. I'll know for next time.
Good. It's a wicked song. Well, if you got to eat breakfast and head off to work, I suppose we can end it now.
All right. That sounds good. That's I felt good this morning. You ever just wake up and you don't feel like a fucking retard in the morning? I mean, I'm still retarded, but woke up. I didn't have too much brain fog. I was like, I feel clear. You know what helps? Drinking water. Drink your water, people.
Yeah.
You ever not drink water in a day and then the next day just kind of you feel stupid?
That's kind of me today. I didn't drink enough water yesterday.
Drink your water, Gump. That's what I'm saying.
Got to stay hydrated. Got to hydrate before you dehydrate.
That's right.
Or however that shit goes.
Find that shit out for yourself.
I think that was Eminem who said that.
Could very well be.
It's an awfully hot coffee pot.
I wonder how Mom's Spaghetti's going for
I
him.
don't know. They sell like spaghetti sandwiches there. It's very, very much white trash food.
Well,
So I think it'll do very well in Detroit.
probably. Decent price spaghetti sandwich.
Yeah. Half price spaghetti sandwich. How the fuck would you eat a spaghetti sandwich?
I would if it was Eminem's spaghetti sandwich. I would.
Like, yes, he's just hoping that his name is big enough to carry it through.
Oh, I think so. Well, thanks for getting up early, Gump.
Oh, I get up early every day.
That's right.
Not every day, but most days.
You weren't up yesterday morning.
No, I decided to stay in.
Nice.
But like 6 out of 8 days, I get up early.
Yeah.
8 days of the week, you know. Oh, he caught it. Good.
I'm on fire this morning.
He's sharp as a whip. Whip. Whoosh.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, that one, sure. Whatever. I was hoping for this one. Yeah, perfect. All right. Peace.